Yo, we got a video from louiextra. This is called what is it called again? Bad memory, man. The collapse of Andrew Tate. Okay, buddy. Now I'm not gonna lie, judging from the intro, I could tell this is about to be a whole bunch of bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I was one of those people that fucked with Andrew Tate. Say whatever you wanna say, blah blah blah. I think Andrew Tate had a great message to the world. I think he had a great message to the youth, and I 100% agree with most of the stuff he said. And the other shit he was talking about, you can clearly tell he's just trolling, bro. But y'all just take it so literal.
When you're at the peak of your powers, it can be a long way to fall. And when you're at the peak of your powers, it can be a long way to fall. And right now, it's a reality that Andrew Tate is struggling to wrap his head around. Once seen as the most controversial man on the internet, who had intercepted the brains of a generation of impressionable kids, his status as the king of the manosphere domain had a lot of people thinking that he was legitimately dangerous.
On your X account, to millions of people, you've said this: stop letting women vote, stop giving women position as judges, stop giving women political appointments. As soon as only men run government and law, all the problems disappear. Women now
Do I agree? Not 100%, but I agree to some extent. I agree that women should not be in political positions. I don't give a fuck. I just don't think if I'm a government, right? Let's say I'm Russia. If I was fucking Vladimir motherfucking Putin, and the president I had to go up against was Kamala Harris, you think I'm being scared of anything she fucking says? Bro, like, it's just the lack of aura that comes from a woman being your president. It sounds harsh to say, but it's the truth. Nobody gonna take your country serious, bro. Like, I'm not. I know I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna take it serious if you're the mayor. I don't
understand it.
Okay, you could be like the mayor or some shit, you know. But like any position that has any sort of like commanding authority where people's lives are on it, like a general or something. Like I feel like, you shouldn't be leading no military as a woman.
Problems disappear. Women now understand that without male protection, they're nothing but victims.
Armed with endless money from his legion of fans, and other contentious money-making schemes that placed him firmly on the radar of law enforcement, Tate was treated like the champion of the online world, to the point that other streamers just openly humiliated themselves in front of him.
Will you do something for me or not, Aiden?
Okay, but Kyle, can you come with me, bro? You're my best friend. We have to go to Chile.
I got you.
Oh my god, bro. Neon used to be so fucking ugly and unlikable. I'm so glad he switched his whole PR around, bro, but damn, he like a whole different person now.
Is there?
I don't know if there are. I don't know if you'll be able to find them or if they'll talk to you. The point is, Aiden said he'd do something for me.
You know who the fuck I am?
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
You're telling me a girl's fucking your bald ass over me.
Is that SpongeBob on your t-shirt?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Why am I talking to these children?
Okay, see how louiextra set it up and these streamers came on here to willingly get humiliated by Andrew Tate? Brother, the nigga came on here to troll Andrew Tate, and Andrew Tate is trolling him back. And yet you're making it this is a humiliation ritual.
Okay, you take your inhaler, G.
But a lot has changed ever since the era where he was unanimously referred to as Top G by his devoted audience. And rather than others in the online world fearing him, he's pretty much getting persistently flamed as his empire crumbles.
Is it fair to say that the greatest fraud check of all time happened on Saturday when Andrew Tate lost to Chase Damore?
It's an interesting philosophical question, because if you wrap in the persona part of it, then yes, like that's pretty.
This might be the quintessential fraud check. If there was any sort of doubt about him winning, he should have never taken this fight. And now he's going online and he's doing the babyface thing of like, you have to live, and I'd rather try and fail. No, that's not who you are. Your persona has nothing to do with failure.
And now, the man who previously suggested that he had it all figured out is conceding that maybe his life isn't as fulfilling as he once thought.
I think that the things you own you.
Okay.
And perhaps you could have a whole bunch of money. If you want to live a very simple life, then you have more freedom. That's true.
Yeah.
But if you're stupid like me and you have a whole bunch of money and 102 cars and 33 houses and 4 baby mamas and a jet and a yacht, and you start getting all this shit, you turn out that you don't own it, it owns you, because every day you're getting problems dealing with these things.
It's your boy louiextra, live from Louis.
So, what did he say that was wrong? And also, y'all are claiming that Andrew Tate is a fraud because he lost a fight? Does that mean Muhammad Ali was a fraud? Does that mean, you can't name me a single motherfucker on this planet who ain't lost a fight. I don't give a damn if it was Floyd Mayweather. He done lost something. So it's like, okay, the nigga's like 40 years old with an eye condition that literally forced him to retire. So it's like, I don't expect him to win a fight, but not a professional fight. I do expect him to whoop any regular nigga's ass though in the street.
Jet and a yacht, and you start getting all this shit, you turn out that you don't own it, it owns you, because every day you're getting problems dealing with these things.
It's your boy louiextra, live from louiextras, and this is the decline of Andrew Tate. From the once indestructible
I just want to know why he
image
called him an
cracking to the
idiot.
fights that stopped backing his tough
That's
talk,
what
and the empire
that's
that
what
once
the
had
thumbnail
everyone
was.
watching slowly turning against him. At the moment, it seems like Tate is hemorrhaging aura every time he
Like,
opens
what has he
his
said
mouth.
that's wrong?
But when it comes to this historically bad run he's on, it's hard to point to a clear example of where things started to go wrong than his trip inside the boxing ring. After initially retiring from kickboxing in 2016 following an eye injury, Andrew's brief return to the ring as a professional fighter in 2020 amounted to just 4 fights in Romania. After that, he stepped away from competing until it was announced in late 2025 that he would re-enter the ring to compete for the Misfits Boxing Heavyweight Champion. The end result would be a defeat to Chase Damore via a majority decision in a 6-round Misfits boxing contest in Dubai. A matchup where Tate's body seemed to quit on him after the second time off the stool and led to a pretty embarrassing showing. Throughout his time as a public figure, Tate has made a whole lot out of his fighting prowess. Even in the run-up to this bout, he made it seem as if Chase would be easy for someone as evolved as him to dispatch, and that this would be a triumphant return.
He's got a big mouth, you know, he likes to show off, likes to get clicks. It's exactly what I thought he'd be. He's just a product of the new generation. Like I said, I don't think he thinks properly before he talks. I think he will regret saying that. Well, I know he'll regret it. I'll make him regret it, but I think even himself, he'll regret saying that. I just don't think he was thinking of it. I've definitely missed the whole the vibe of the gym, the camaraderie you have with the other people you're training with. I missed the brotherhood, but I knew exactly what I was getting in for. I knew exactly what I was going to be preparing for. I knew exactly what we were going to have to do. I knew how hard it was going to be. I was very excited by it, and we're coming to the end of that now. The training's been done. It's time to fight. So
instead of making Chase eat his words,
So again, what is he supposed to do? Is he supposed to go to a press conference and be like, man, I know I'm gonna get my ass beat when I get in that ring, man. I don't even know why I signed up for this. Like, y'all niggas sound stupid as fuck, man. And number 2, how old is Andrew Tate and how old is Chase Damore? Let's really look at this, cause Chase Damore is 29, okay? How old is Tate? 1986. What would somebody born 1986 be? He's above 35. That's all I know. So, Andrew Tate is damn near twice his age.
In the way he guaranteed,
And
Tate wound
like I know for a fact he's in his 40s. Andrew Tate is in his 40s. And hasn't been training. And is fighting a guy in his late 20s. About to turn 30. I expect him to lose this fight, bro.
eating the canvas. And from the moment it was revealed that he lost, the masses
Try a whole
be possible, where vibe coding meets drag and drop.
celebrated. Andrew Tate has spent years mocking and demeaning men who are compassionate, have empathy, and treat women with respect, only to be knocked out by a guy wearing pink gloves. After all the tough talk, Andrew acted a bit more humble.
He didn't get knocked out.
Even then, he kept saying that he wasn't making excuses, while clearly making excuses.
Yeah, obviously I didn't get the result I wanted, but truthfully the result I wanted was to see if I could still do it. 40 years old, 10 years retired, a little bit of time in a Romanian dungeon. It was always going to be a big ask against someone so much bigger than me, younger than me, more active than me, but I wanted a real challenge. I didn't want to fight a tin can. I didn't want to fight someone older than me or smaller than me. You know, I felt like I won the first 2 rounds, but then because he's 20 kilo heavier, he started leaning on me and sapped some energy. But I didn't quit. Never give up, never retreat, never surrender, fight to the end, go out on your shield. So I have no excuses. Training camp went fantastic. Time is the fire in which we all burn. Unfortunately, a 40-year-old's not a 22-year-old. I gave it my absolute all, and I have nothing but respect for Chase. I have no excuses. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I'm not going to make up any reasons. He was the man who won.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I do have to keep it a buck and call a spade a spade. He definitely did just say, I'm not gonna make any excuses, and then proceeded to say, hey, you know, I was in a Romanian dungeon. I'm 40. You know? It's like, yeah, it is an excuse, but it's the truth. Right? Excuses can be truth sometimes. Right, but that doesn't mean it cannot be an excuse. Like, you clearly just said, I'm not going to make up any reason, and then you gave multiple reasons.
No excuses. I'm not going to say anything bad about him. I'm not going to make up any reasons. He was the man who won. He deserves this victory.
Despite the L that he had taken, his brother Tristan tried to cushion the blow.
Andrew's not the same man he was 10 years ago. He's a lot older than he was. I think it showed in the ring. You know, I respect him a lot for getting in there and trying, and I love him, and I support anything he wants to do in the future.
But Andrew just wouldn't drop it, and his own attempts to cope didn't make it any better.
Me coming into this podcast studio was nerve-wracking. Me getting out of the car and making it into a building with nothing bad happening to me, I feel adrenaline. I lost my fight because I had so much adrenaline. I had like an adrenaline dump after the second round. I said to my coach, I feel weird. I have like some adrenaline dump. I don't know. I wanted to fight too much. It was the weirdest thing in the world. After the second round, I stopped punching. It was like fucking odd.
And even all these months later, he's still making excuses that are getting...
Yeah, I don't know about that one, buddy. Yeah, that never do sound like some
increasingly ridiculous.
I don't know, my last fight didn't go the way it was supposed to go. Maybe it's a sign from God to try again. Maybe it's a sign from God to gyre. I'm not sure, but it's hard to fight. I state this without arrogance. It's truly hard to fight with those. So I got a lot. I've got a lot of money. I've got things going on. I've got an empire to maintain. And I did really train hard for the last one. It didn't go my way. So I'm trying to work out what that message was.
On its own, losing to Demore already looked bad. But the bigger issue...
Nah, he's not saying he lost because he's rich. He's saying he can't just be it's hard to just be a professional fighter and go put your body on the line when you're already rich. It's like, I'm already rich. What the fuck am I doing that for? I can do some little light sparring, but why the fuck would I go get destroyed in the ring when I'm already rich?
Is that after seeing him get beaten like that, people started questioning his whole fighting career. Since it went down, people have been delving deep. with a great video from MMA essayist Napoleon Bonaparte, really breaking down just how much of it is disputed. Although I'd recommend watching that if it's a subject that interests you in great depth, here's the main takeaways. Half of Tate's fights he supposedly won have no evidence to have ever happened. Over 2/3 of the fights that could be verified to have happened are with opponents with no records of ever fighting anyone besides Tate. 3 of his world title wins were against opponents with no records aside from their fights with Tate. The 4th world title he won was from competing against a man with a losing record. None of the titles he won are of very high caliber, and he only ever faced 6 fighters with winning records and lost to 2 of them. So even the only thing believed legitimate about him is not even real. And what makes it worse isn't
you can't just say it's not real, right? Because number 1, he did have the fights. Number 2, he did have the belts. And number 3, you didn't provide anything. You didn't provide any like source. Trust me, bro. Like okay, you said this YouTuber did blah blah blah. Okay, but like, how do we know that this YouTuber is credible?
obvious yet, but as you'll see later in the video, it all starts to connect. To make matters worse, some of his old fight footage is resurfacing, and it really isn't
I'm
helping
not here to
either.
defend this nigga. If he wrong, he wrong. And yeah, he does. I do think he looked pretty awkward when he fights.
Messi's built different. That's why only.
In the midst of such a hefty mental and physical defeat, the smart thing for Tate to do would probably be to take a back seat from the social media realm he'd once conquered. Instead, he's done the complete opposite, and it's led to nothing but greater indignities along the way. By now, you are probably aware of the HH controversy, a situation where Andrew, his brother Tristan, Clavicular, Myron Gaines, and Sneeko were all seen at a Miami nightclub listening to Ye's controversial hit saluting song. The fallout from this was swift, leading to serious heat on everyone involved.
A Miami Beach nightclub catching heat, accused of celebrating hate with a song about Hitler.
Absolute disgust. Disgusted, horrified.
City leaders reacting to videos making the rounds on social.
I don't know what the hell that's about. But this is one of them things I would say is clearly a troll moment that's just taken way too far.
Social media featuring the Kanye
Clearly
West
put out
song with
that
the
clip.
lyrics Heil Hitler over and over again. The same men seen in the club, known as controversial influencers,
y'all
are
the one
also in a
giving
video
them-
from a limo. In that one, they're singing, and one of them is performing a Nazi salute.
To have people in our city celebrating this. Animals.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami Beach. It should not be welcome anywhere in the world.
On Andrew's part, he suggested that it was all orchestrated to try and bring him down, as according to him, the whole thing wouldn't have been a big deal if he wasn't among the people there.
To be honest with you, as for this ridiculous club event, I don't think it's gone viral organically, to be honest with you. I think that if I wasn't there, it wouldn't have gone viral. I think if Myron, Clav, Nick, and the other guy all stood there in the club and played that song, nobody would give it. I would argue they've done it many times before. They play it on their streams all the time. Nobody cares. It only went viral because I was there. And I don't think...
Again, as if you're saying you don't agree with this and this is against your morals, why were you there? Why are you even hanging with these niggas?
That's organic. I think that there is an extremely orchestrated campaign designed to make sure that my influence never reaches the level it was previously. I have criminal cases in many countries around the world. To believe that the constant, endless smear of me in the media is somehow organic and not an intelligence campaign is ignorance. And this video was deliberately pushed to damage my ability to defend myself in court.
But that didn't stop him from attempting to...
The video being pushed has nothing to do with the video being made. You're clearly in the video. So, and you're clearly jamming out. I don't know if you're jamming out to the song, but you're clearly in the video with the song, and you ain't walking out. Like in the van, you're walking out. And right here, it seemed like you vibing with some bitches.
listening to Ye's controversial hit saluting song. The fallout in Clavicular, Myron Gaines, and Sneeko were all seen
and
at
you
a
hanging
Miami
with, and you, yeah, it looked like you
listening to
vibing
Ye's
to him.
controversial hit saluting song. The
Have people
You surrounded with
city.
clav and shit. I don't know about all that.
This is obviously not welcome in Miami
With
Beach. It should
you,
not be
you're
welcome
right.
anywhere in the world.
On Andrew's part, he suggested that it was all orchestrated to try and bring him down, as according to him, the whole thing wouldn't have been a big deal if he wasn't among the people there.
To be honest with you, as for this ridiculous club event, I don't think it's gone viral organically, to be honest with you. I think that if I wasn't there, it wouldn't have gone viral. I think if Myron would an extremely orchestrated campaign designed to make sure that my influence never reaches the level it was previously. I have criminal cases in many countries around the world. To believe that the constant, endless smear of me in the media is somehow organic and not an intelligence campaign is ignorance. And this video was deliberately pushed to damage my ability to defend myself in court.
But that didn't stop him from attempting to wash his hands of it, shocking his audience by backing down rather than doubling down in ways we're not used to seeing.
I barely even see me in any of this. Firstly, but I want to be very careful here because I don't want to deflect too heavily. I don't want to be blaming other people, etc. A whole bunch of songs were played that night, none of which I requested. None. I walk into a nightclub and songs are played. Unfortunately, if anything happens anywhere near me, it gets tied to my name.
In a very uncharacteristic move, he started pointing fingers and taking shots at Sneeko, blaming him for the whole situation even though he was there with him.
Nico always has some crybaby issue with me, and I could sit here and blame it all on him, but that's truthfully not, I don't know, that just feels wrong to me. But it is kind of ridiculous. It does feel a bit unfair that I'm standing in a nightclub, a song comes on that I did not request, a song comes on that I do not dance to, I do not repeat the lyrics to, I just stand there.
What a good goy. You don't dance. I'm a good goy. I didn't dance, I just stood there. I wasn't dancing like the rest of those anti-Semites. Look, what do you mean? Well, that's why I thought the song would be fine. I've seen this video. I wouldn't try to backstab you. I wouldn't play a song that would make you upset. Did you think I was setting you up? I don't understand the argument here, genuinely. I don't want people to notice, like in 4K, like this is the Matrix right here.
Faced with allegations that he
I'm not gonna lie. Sneeko's not wrong. Nah, Sneeko's wrong for playing the damn stupid ass song. Honestly, it's just a dumbass song.
There has been ongoing mudslinging between the two since, with Andrew regularly coming at his former ally's neck.
There's a particular person in that group who everyone's saying I sold out. His name is Sneaky, and he's a piece of and he deliberately did something to get clicks for his views, and I should have known better. When Clav and Nick said we want to bring Sneeko, I said 5 times I don't like him, he's weird. The lesson here is to stick to my morals and avoid pieces.
Nigga, Clav is
According
weird.
to Sneeko,
So
this
is
is all
Myron
because of the way
Gaines.
that he lives, in terms of how it contradicts the lifestyle they promote, while for him, his faith means he approaches things differently.
This is in the Quran. It says, never will the Jews and Christians really be accepting of you until you become one of them. The reason that they attack me, and the reason that you see these personal attacks and them trying to destroy my life, is because when I became Muslim, it defeats all these subculture ideologies, these religions within the manosphere.
Nigga, no, they attack you because you attack them. Oh, you make everything about your content political and religion based and about women. You're literally just a clout chasing like fucking leech, man. You just hop on every political trend. You look for anything that can give you clicks and views, and you just say whatever. And that's just a man that's a pure bitch to me. You know what I'm saying?
The red pill. I never insulted Nick Fuentes. Find me a clip. You can see nonstop. I never have. Because I don't do this with my friends, or so-called. With Andrew Tate. Even then, when we see before the club across, he says there's no beef, it's a political disagreements. Because when he promotes gambling, I call that out. It's not a personal attack, it's what you're doing. I don't attack people. I attack what they say, I criticize what they do. There can be political disagreements, and my belief is you can still be friends with people even if you disagree. I have people around that have a difference of opinion, and I'm okay with that. For other people, it doesn't seem like it's reciprocated. Because Islam destroys.
With the promoting gambling shit, I don't get that shit. It's like, nigga, nobody that's gambling is dumb enough to not know that this is bad. That this is a bad thing they're doing. So You cannot sit up here and say, oh man, Andrew Tate influenced me. If you got the know-how to gamble your money away, then you got the know-how to know that this is stupid and you need this money for something else. So don't sit up here and blame it on Tate, or blame it on Drake, or blame it on anybody that's working with Steak. Ooh, nigga bars! Come on, I'm
The
gonna
red pill ideology that you should sleep with 50 women.
Since then, Andrew has gone on podcasts saying it has nothing to do with that. He claims that his rival is just using him to boost his own numbers whenever he can.
And he deliberately did something to get clicks for his views, not understanding it's going to put me in jail.
At one time, Tate could have mobilized an army against anyone he deemed to have wronged him. But these days, people have leapt to Sneako's defense, claiming that if anyone is obsessed, it's clearly the self-proclaimed Cobra.
A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession. Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He is obsessed with me.
Do you guys ever hear anyone speak this way about any other guy? Like, have you guys ever thought, hey, this guy's definitely coming on to me, or this guy has a homosexual obsession with me? I don't think that's a normal thing for guys to kind of jump to.
I think that is just something that people say when they are trying to clown somebody, bro. I know for a fact. So you ain't never heard nobody say, be like, man, all my arms is really my biggest fans. Y'all niggas is obsessed with me, bro. What y'all like me or something? Y'all always watching me. What y'all like me or something? That's literally all he's saying. But your goofy ass is trying to, you know.
As a conclusion, when it comes to other men online. It's also funny that this is a very girly tactic where he's trying to shame Sneako into not talking about him anymore, and he's trying to shame him into not talking about him by just calling him gay. It's very flimsy and it's sad in my opinion.
That's without even factoring in that backing down.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it. I would say he's more so calling him a stan, and more and less than, you know, him being gay. I mean, it could be that he did say that, but he did say like a homosexual attraction. But I think he's more so saying like you're a stan, and he's questioning like, nigga, what, you like me or something?
Or trying to shift blame is the last thing his audience wants him to do. So rather than get the support he once took for granted, he had to watch his own audience root for the other guy. You sold out. He gained all Top G's aura. You lost it all. He didn't realize everyone likes Sneako more. But while all this drama was playing out and his audience started turning on him, that wasn't even the only problem building.
Sneako be trying to act like he high and mighty, but then be doing the same shit. He does the same shit, bro.
Because an old take of his was about to come back and make things even worse. Tate's recent behavior is enough in itself to have him fighting on all fronts. So the last thing he needed was a ridiculous moment he made a while ago resurfacing. To his annoyance, that's exactly what happened when a video where he maintained that reading is a waste of time began doing the rounds online.
Reading books is a very cheap way to, I guess, entertain. I wouldn't call it entertainment because my brain is far too advanced. I'm too smart to read. I'm not gonna sit there and go, smart people read. No, I need action. I need constant chaos in my life to feel content. I need to be driving a supercar and fucking fighting, fucking a bunch of hoes and champagne and going crazy. I can't just sit there, and the pirate on the boat. Like, just for people with slow.
Bro, it's so obviously trolling. Like, okay, bro, y'all gotta have two brain cells if y'all think he's being legit serious.
Due to how juvenile this take is, the comment sections really didn't hold back from savaging him. He sounds like an 8-year-old trying to explain to his teacher why he didn't do the assigned homework. Pirate in the boat? Did the last book he read have pictures? Marked say from Andrew Tate at the library. In typical fashion, Andrew claimed that he was unbothered by all the criticism coming his way. Yet when it came time to actually respond, he did not look like a man who refused to let the hate under his skin. Instead, he seemed emotional and volatile.
I'm too smart for books. Yeah, I'm too smart for books. So, Twitter's upset about that. There's obviously some fucking broke dude who reads books who's really upset by the fact that I have a $110 million car collection and $400 million of property around the world. I'm one of the most well-known.
And here's what I have to say to this. Okay, even if he was dead ass about that tape, is he wrong? Look, the nigga he clearly knows how to read, right? He can read perfectly fine. He clearly is successful, right? You see the chain, you see the Bugattis, right? So what does he need to read for? You read to gain information and knowledge. If he doesn't want that extra knowledge and that extra information because he thinks, he's good at where he's at, he's content at where he's at in life, he done made it, he ain't got nothing else to go for. If that's what he feels like, I feel like he's perfectly in that position to not be reading. Now niggas like me, it doesn't make sense because I need to read to gain some knowledge. Now there are newer ways to gain knowledge and you don't always need to read now. So I don't even think that that's a crazy take. You don't have to read books to gain knowledge that was in the books. That's what the fuck the internet is for.
Relevant people. I'm one of the most famous people on the fucking planet. I get asked to do podcasts about every subject. About pussy and bitches, geopolitics, money, you name it. There's not a fucking subject on earth that every single podcaster that these losers watch doesn't beg me, Andrew Tate, please will you come on my show? Please with your opinions. How did I get all these amazing opinions without reading books? Oh, I should have read books and sat at home and been fucking broke. Like all the people on Twitter who think reading's so important. Reading's so important. How come no one knows who the fuck you are? No one knows who the fuck you are. I learned all my lessons through action, through fighting. I win some fights, I lose some fights, but at least I get in there and fight. You're fucking reading.
As the pressure mounted, Tate soon found himself suffering at the hands of events outside of his control. After boasting about it for years, the war in Iran has taken its toll on his self-made empire, potentially jeopardizing many of his investments.
What the
Iran
do you even care for? I care because I have properties in Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi. I care because I have over $300 million in the region. Do you? No. I care because I actively have a $5 million trading account which is trying to predict the price, long and short, of oil so I can continue to be richer than you. Do you? No. I care because I have vested interest, plus I'm rich, plus I have time. Why the fuck do you care? You have no vested interest in the region. You haven't got a fucking clue what's going on. You lack the ability to critically think about any of it like I just did. So you care because it's entertaining.
And while that would be stressful for anyone, it's hard to feel any sympathy for him when you consider the dehumanizing way he treats his staff, particularly at his penthouse.
People keep asking, how do we...
Oh, Lord. He said dehumanizing.
It's like the Smurfs. They're like, hello, sir. They're like little Smurfs.
They're great people.
They're great people. Yeah. But anyway, one of them asked to finish early because she wanted to go home to see her son who was visiting from the Philippines for the first time in 2 years. And the other cleaner wasn't cleaning fast enough. So I was in my room and then I heard all this Filipino. I was like, what the fuck? And I came out and the Filipinos were beating the shit. It was like a fucking fist fight between the Smurfs.
Pacquiao came out.
I was like, Smurfs. Enough. This is a house of love. True or false? True. True story. The Smurfs had a fucking fist fight. So, the slaves sometimes get unruly. That is what it is. But yeah, I got slaves.
You whip them?
I don't need to. Because they know I will. So I don't need to.
With behavior
That's crazy. Now, I'm not gonna lie. I can't defend that. Now, do I think it was trolling? Could the cameraman have simply just said true because he doesn't want to say false when Andrew Tate is right there and he's Andrew Tate? Obviously, he wouldn't say false. But if that is true and he's literally calling him slaves. I can't rock with that. But that's not the message that I was talking about when I say that I fuck with Tate. I fuck with Tate when he's spitting that motivational talk, that get up off your ass, ain't nobody gonna come save you talk, that, you know what I'm saying? Get some money on, stop worrying, stop being in your feelings talk, you know what I'm saying? That's what I like. When he started doing all that, trying to be controversial and clearly clout chasing shit, whatever. It's whatever. That was funny though, I'm not gonna lie. That shit was just funny as fuck.
Like that, it doesn't seem like he's trying to free people from the system like he once claimed. If anything, it looks like he's more than willing to support it only when it benefits him. Whether it was the decision to fight again, or his handling of the fallout of any situation he's endured, Tate is not exactly being a tactical mastermind. In fact, for an apparent chess master, his moves are increasingly unhinged and ill-advised. Over time, this has taken its toll, and on recent streams, his mental health appears to be suffering.
Women sleep well at night. This is for girls. Men don't. Every night I have nightmares. Every sleep is interrupted. All of them. I am stressed. I am anxious. I am worried all day, every single fucking day until the day I die.
These kinds of struggles are difficult for anyone to face,
not gonna lie,
often resulting in some
buddy.
very harrowing situations. But the reason that most people aren't exactly willing to give him much grace is due to the fact that he's literally been on record claiming that depression isn't real. Based on everything he's experienced as of late, he's literally been on.
But read what he says after. You feel sad, you move on. You will always be depressed if your life is depressing. Change it. You see how you just stopped that? Depression isn't real, but you didn't. Like, clearly he's not saying depression literally isn't real. Or else he wouldn't say you will always be depressed. Right? You can't be depressed if depression isn't real. He's clearly trying to be motivational. He's saying depression is just in your head. You gotta fight through it. And you know, it's you're being sad because you make your life sad, or you have something that you can change. There's always something you can do to change your life and change it for the better. So that's all he's doing. But like, y'all want to twist it and like, I hate shit like
that depression isn't real. Based on everything he's experienced as of late, it seems like Andrew's worldview has gotten a whole lot darker and more unforgiving. And the further he embarked down that road, the more it looked like he lost his mind.
You believe that perhaps you're going to gain status. There's something you're looking for because people are self-interested. You're trying to impress me or Elon or...
I always love when these alpha males unnecessarily put themselves in the same conversations of like massively influential people like Elon Musk or some type of like really famous.
He is massively influential. He was once the most searched up man on fucking Google. If that's not massively influential, then what is? How the fuck you gonna tell me that Elon Musk is massively influential? Elon Musk ain't did shit for me. The fuck? What the fuck does Elon Musk do on a day-to-day basis that influences me? Or influences
conversations of like massively influential people like Elon Musk or some type of like really...
You mean massively buying everything?
Alpha males unnecessarily put themselves in the same conversations of like massively...
Also, who is this nigga? You don't even got a face.
Influential people like Elon Musk or
you're sitting here
really
talking about him, so clearly he influencing
It's always
you.
really funny to see and displays how moronic they are. I feel like people at this point get the point. Andrew Tate is just self-gobbling himself, that people are willing to get on their knees because they have no self-respect for themselves. I honestly feel like he will only hire someone that he knows he can bully. I'm pretty certain there are no strong-willed people who he has hired because he is fearful of someone who is confident in themselves.
This guy would make a psychiatrist's head explode, going out sad as fuck. Now dealing with the situation he helped create, Andrew seems to be struggling to take control again. Before, he truly believed that he was leading the way and changing how people think. But in recent interviews, he went as far as to admit that he feels his place in culture has changed, and he's been replaced by even more outrageous characters.
I guess I was lucky when I first got famous. I feel like I was in a good position because the truth was the outrage. I could say the truth about being a man and the truth about being a woman, and the world was so cucked and we were so heavily censored that it was the outrage. I could tell the truth about COVID and it was the outrage. But now so much of the truth is actually out there that telling the truth isn't outrageous anymore. So now you got to find a new outrage. So we go for racism and edgelording and all these crazy things to try and make people go, wow, he said that. But back in my day, I sound like an old man now, 3-4 years ago when I was really big, you know, the things that made national news 4 years ago when I said women couldn't drive, nobody would give a single out if you said that. The Overton window shifted.
This kind of concession is a huge shift for Tate, because at this point, he seems to be acknowledging that the stick isn't really hitting like it used to. He is reduced to just chasing clicks like everyone else, and by the looks of how dejected he looks, it's apparent that he is not feeling too good about it. All that money and fame, and he sounds absolutely miserable. It sounds like a horrific existence. I'm happy for him. He was never a top G. It's only so long that the fake thugs can pretend. Feel sorry for the fools who even believed in this guy. He will circle back on everything he has ever said. Faced with the idea that his star power is dwindling, Tate will still try to prove that he is capable of shocking the average consumer. During his recent appearance on the Fresh and Fit podcast, he continued to suggest that women essentially have nothing else to give but be a mother.
If I'm good at ballet, I'm gonna go and do ballet, and I'm gonna take the money, and then if I need clothes, I'm gonna buy the clothes. I'm not gonna make my own clothes. I'm not gonna wire up my own house. I'm not gonna build my own lodgings. I'm not gonna cut my own grass. I'm gonna do the one thing I'm good at and take the money and exchange it for the things I'm not as good at. Because if you decide to make your own clothes and build your own house, you're gonna actually be poor. So you win by optimizing your life, and you optimize your life by focusing on the one thing you are best at and taking that and exchanging it for all the things you are not good at. So I would say, and the reason I made that is so you understand this point. Optimally, the best thing a woman can do, what she is best at, is the only thing that men can't do, which is have children. That is the best way for you to win, because men can do basically everything else. Can do things. Completely right. I agree with you. Bro, I know I have a whole bunch of smart work for me. I have lawyers. I go to judges. I can do a lot of stuff. But what I'm saying is, her optimal best at, the reason they're best at it is because no one else can do it, is having children.
Obviously, that's pretty standard for Tate, but what stood out this time is that he was even including his own child.
I pray my daughter at the age of 18 meets an older guy, 45, 46, gives her a house, gives her a Bentley, gets her pregnant, and gives me grandchildren. And if she comes to me and goes, Dad, what? My husband cheated on me. I'm gonna say, are you in the big mansion? Are you driving a Bentley? Okay, shut the f up.
I don't know. I don't agree with this. I don't think you should throw away your humanity and just become a fucking slave to this man just because he has money, right? Now I do agree that I also don't agree that you should let your fucking 18-year-old daughter go with a 45-year-old man. The fuck wrong with you? 45-year-old PDF file. What the fuck? What? If a 45-year-old pulled up to my 18-year-old daughter, if it pulled up to my freshly out of high school 18-year-old daughter and pulled up outside my house, I might fuck around and shoot him, bro. Cause what the fuck is so attractive about my 18-year-old daughter at 45 years old? Nigga, where's your wife and kids? You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you're gonna let your woman be cheated, your daughter be cheated on, and then come home and she doesn't want to live with him, and you're gonna force her to go live with the nigga because he has a mansion. The fuck is the mansion gonna do for you after you done lived in it for a year? That motherfucker ain't gonna be impressive no more. Them fucking floor tiles gonna feel the same way that you felt when you was walking on not cardboard, my dumb ass, on fucking wooden floors. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't do that, bro. That's I don't know. That's the one take where I've been like, ew.
shut the fuck up. He's taking care of you. If he stops paying your bills, if he stops protecting you, then come to me. But if you are completely protected and provided for, keep giving me grandchildren, because that's the best thing you can do with your life. I'm rich, your man's rich, you don't need to make money. That's a waste of time. You don't need a Birkin, you don't need a TikTok account, you don't need an Instagram account, don't sell for pennies, stop being an and give me grandkids. That's what I truly hope for my...
Want to strengthen
You're rich, so what the fuck does she have to go to another rich guy for? You can take care of her. Man, fuck that, man. That's what I'm rich for. That's what I earned this money for, so I could take care of my kids, so she don't gotta get it from another man. What you're basically saying is you're selling out your daughter to this nigga just because he's rich. That's literally the same thing as... That might as well be the same thing as her going to start an OnlyFans. Because either way, she's selling out her pussy. You're just saying, go be a pussy machine and give a bunch of kids, and then after you give a bunch of kids, just die. Hell no.
You don't need a Birkin, you don't need a TikTok account, you don't need an Instagram account, don't sell for pennies, stop being an and give me grandkids. That's what I truly hope for my own daughters.
So basically, if, for some reason, his daughters are unable or unwilling to have children, they have no worth in his eyes.
Yeah.
What a dad. But when you watch his videos now, it feels like his heart isn't really in it anymore. And lately, even when he tries to defend himself, he comes off like a defeated man.
If anybody at this point believes I am what they said I am, then they're just an idiot. And I'm glad that they believe it, so I know I don't have to talk to them.
Due to everything he said and done, Andrew Tate enduring an extended period of negative press and struggling to get back on the horse is not resulting in much sympathy for him. If anything, people are actually savoring this wake-up call. I'ma be real, this dude couldn't cut it in the real world for a second. Project manager, logistics manager, warehouse worker, any kind of real work. This dude couldn't cut it for 2 seconds in the jobs we...
So y'all acting like bro didn't have a job and didn't survive before he became rich and famous? He didn't survive.
His life
didn't have no 9 to 5.
Tough when he lost to a boxer who punches like a washing machine. On top of the general public basking in his downfall, there was recent political pressure from the UK to see him and his brother brought back to their home country to be tried in court. After he was seen in Hong Kong, conservative Shadow Home Secretary Chris Phillip argued that the Tate brothers face serious criminal allegations in the UK. It is important justice is done. The government should urgently send an extradition request to Hong Kong so that the Tates could be brought back to the UK to face justice. The Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood should do this urgently. Lib Dem Home Affairs spokesman Max Wilkinson was even harsher, calling Andrew Tate a despicable and cowardly thug, accused of some of the worst crimes possible. The government can't sit back and allow this dangerous man to hide away from justice on the other side of the world. They must urgently demand the extradition of both Andrew Tate and his brother. To avert this, the Tate's legal team clapped back and said that any changes they face over there have to be deferred until the conclusion of the ongoing Romanian proceedings. The position was accepted by UK authorities and remains the operative legal reality. There is therefore no failure to execute the warrant, nor any legal vacuum requiring political intervention. Then, in late March 2026, Hertfordshire Constabulary said it would reopen the investigation into rape and sexual assault allegations against Tate from 2014 to 2015. After making the announcement, the police force told the BBC that it was committed to doing what was right and ensuring that the allegations of such serious nature are properly, thoroughly, and fully investigated, no matter how long ago they occurred. In the past, Andrew Tate seemed like a man who could somehow persevere through whatever was thrown his way.
Unfortunately, I do have to say, like, how does something like grape be proven if it was that long ago? Like, how can there be any evidence? I don't know, man. Maybe it's like text messages or of like after and before the fact, but I don't know, man. Maybe pictures.
And escape any ill effects stemming from his behavior and the impact that he has on the world. But now, he's gone from someone people either loved or hated to a full-on outcast. So toxic that even being around him can get others cancelled.
Guy Fieri now regretting those handshakes with brothers Andrew and Tristan Tate, as he issues a statement claiming he doesn't know or support them.
Okay, buddy. He's clearly just trying to
Oh, there's gonna be smack talk now.
Yeah, plenty of smack talk online after fans got a load of this clip posted by JZO guy now using his platform to speak out, telling fans he's, quote, devastated. I was there to see the fights, and when I was walking through the venue, the Tate brothers stood up and said hello, and that's when the exchange happened. I did not know them or about them before that moment. I'll never pretend to be a perfect person, but let me be crystal clear. I do not know the Tate brothers, nor do I support them in any way.
Faced with more L's than ever, Andrew has proven himself to not be quite as resilient as he once was. At the same time, he's faced with the same social media landscape that he once dominated, passing him by, or re-evaluating him as a parody of his former self. And if things keep going this way, you can rest assured that the days where he was once
the 2 L's I saw was him defending himself or trying to defend himself against Nico. Alright, that shit was stupid. And him talking about his daughter like that. I also didn't like what did I not like? Yeah, him making excuses about about his fight and how he didn't lose, blah blah blah. Right? Like some of them were true, like valid excuses, and then some of them are like, okay, buddy. But that was it for the video, man. That was louiextra's, the collapse of Andrew Tate. If you liked it, the like button, the subscribe button, comment down below what I should do next. Shout out to Lou, and then we out.